Good morning. Today we're going to IFO in Tulsa. I just packed up my camera gear and some other stuff. The plan is to drive to Oklahoma City to meet up with some friends. I'm going to ride with them from Oklahoma City to Tulsa. We're going to be really late. It's supposed to start at 8 a.m. It's now 9:49 a.m. So probably won't be there till like 1, but it ends at 4. And after that, I'm going to meet up with a good friend, Cameron. We're going to move his Mini Cooper into a shop he just got, possibly start working on it. He's got put a new motor in it. It's a build we've been working on. I'll explain it all later. Well, let's get this day started. So, dude. Made it safely here at IFO, and here's a little bit of a preview of what I've seen so far.
Problems over there in the far lane. He must have rolled the beams.
Me and Cameron up front. He's gonna pick me up now. We're leaving IFO. Cameron. We're about to start working on his Mini Cooper, try and bring it into the shop, and he is out of tools. Woo! Is that big? Is there anything extra you want to grab? Because every time I come here, I grab something extra. Woo! Look at all the space for all the activities. Look at it. You got a new shop. What are we gonna do with it? What are we gonna do with it? So think about putting a bedroom here. He's gonna have a detail shop here. We're gonna pull the Mini Cooper in today, right here. We're gonna start working on it. He has a salvage Mini Cooper. We need to put a new motor in it. That's what really the plan is to do with that. Let's get started. Take the pain. Alright, let's get this thing into the shop and we'll start ripping the motor out. Got it in. We had to jump it a few times, had to push it a little bit. With the 2 cylinders being out, it was just so rich, the other cylinders was having troubles running, which makes complete sense. I want to show you guys the Mini Cooper we're swapping the motor with. Check this thing out. It was a good friend from his from prior. That's where the white wheel came from that you saw earlier. But dude, this thing is a mess. Got right to we're getting a lot of parts out of it. It had a lot of dining parts. It's also a manual. Pretty basic vehicle, but it has a good motor that's apparently rebuilt. Just gotta get that thing out and clean it up and hope for the best. Honda needs a new transmission. All his cars, I'm planning on renting part of this shop out for the M4 possibly in the next build, but we'll find out. Look at you pulling that wheel. Look at you. So the goal is to get that bolt off to get the axle out.
Yeah.
And then won't we need to take out the shock too so we can lower it and pull the whole thing off?
Dude. Oh, I was tightening. That's what it was doing with Collins too. His was bigger.
And the only thing preventing us from getting that motor out is the axles and that bolt. And there's probably another bolt on the other side, another bushing engine mount.
As you can see here, I cut off the end links.
Oh well.
And I tried, dude.
After digging into this, we decided that with what we have and the tools we have, all my tools are in Norman, we're gonna go ahead and just cut the axle out because we'll be able to pull it out. We don't have no use for that axle. We have brand new race axles in his. These are really old and rusty. They're not worth anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut it with the saw, or at least potentially try to cut it. So we wanna get those axles out so we can at least loosen the motor. After that, we're not gonna necessarily pull the motor in today, but we're gonna go ahead and start prepping his vehicle. Maybe we'll continue this Tuesday. I'm from Norman, and again, this is a long drive for me, but this was a car that we kind of started a long time ago along with my car that I sold, so we need to get back up, especially since I'm about to buy a new car, and, well, we work together on this. Other than that, though, things are going well. Not really, but let's keep going on with our lives. Cord for the saw. Will it reach? I'm almost there. And I made it. Just like that. How long did that take? Like maybe 10 seconds.
Better than unbolting it.
Let's pull that sucker out now. Oh yeah, time to start stripping the front end of the Mini Cooper up.
Yeah.
Yay.
PCC paperwork in there. That was the day it died. It was my last day at fucking PCC.
What?
That's the day it died. It was like my last couple days at...
Seriously? Alright, what we need to do to get the wiring off, we need the ground off. How does this go on? Well, we got the hood off while knocking down my camera. We broke the little tip, but it's okay. It's easy to replace. We got this wiring harness. We need to get a little bit more organized. It was all in the hood between the lines to clean, like, basically the windshield and the lights. Plus, the lights are actually integrated on the hood, so there was all that wiring that was, like, inside the hood. Put the bolts back on. Basically, from there, we'll start dismantling the front out, trying to protect everything and prepare to pull the motor out of this vehicle. Let's get it. Due to the coolant being no harm and doing it in the gravel, we decided instead of draining it in here, since we don't really have our tubs, we're gonna go ahead and drain the coolant out here with the loud train. We do need to drain the oil, but we're gonna save that for Tuesday when we get the jack stand so we can mount it up and we'll permanently leave it in here and pull the motor. Here we go. Quick update what's going on. We pulled off the front frame and then we pulled out the radiator and drained all the fluid. Now we have the AC, which we're gonna zip tie up and we're gonna pull it back in. We're gonna deal with that later. Let's go ahead and lower the vehicle. All the nuts are in on both sides. Oh, let's get that out of there. Zip tie, go ahead and loop it inside. Oh, you're using wire. Never mind. Plot twist. It's starting to look really naked. I got these parts over here building up. Dude, that's a brand new radiator. Already got some scuffs on it. I love the shot. Coming along. Oh, by the way, side note, we patched the holes that we created by turning onto this mat. Tell me your story. Tell me your story. You're gonna tell me all of it.
There was a boy.
There was a boy.
And he lost all his money on a car.
Was he redheaded?
Yeah.
Was he a redhead? That is one sad story of the gingerhead boy.
We don't know how to do it.
Alright, for real though, we are done working on the Mini Cooper for the day. We're actually talking about pulling out the rear because he has a full cage. We need to pull out this bar, which is super easy, but the next step is we need all the ends here. Then we need a powder coat, which I think we may just paint it with a spray gun. He's thinking about spraying it, but we'll paint the cage and put it in there, weld it in there. But we can't go much further with the vehicle due to not having really our jack stands here, and all of our other supplies I'll bring Tuesday. And then we need to pull out the motor of the parts Mini, and then we need to inspect that, put some new gaskets on it, I'm sure. But that's the story of the sad red-headed boy. Poor guy. Hi guys, so I'm building a custom rear diffuser for Cameron's Mini Cooper, and we're kind of hulks. We don't have the tools we need to keep pulling the motor. We're gonna dig into that Tuesday, like I said. But since we're waiting on Christina to pick me up, I decided let's kind of decide on what we're gonna do for the rear diffuser. So we start pulling this stuff apart without even thinking about it. All right. So this bumper back here has this plastic trim. It goes along the bottom. It flows with the fenders. And what we did is we decided that we're gonna cut that out. The diffuser's gonna go right here, curve up. It's gonna have a fin there, fin there, fin. This is a full-size fin. This is gonna be a fin. The exhaust is gonna move up just a hair. This is all gonna be cut out, like this to about right there is gonna be cut out, and the diffuser is gonna come from here and angle like kind of angle downwards. So the exhauster to kind of just like poke out of the diffuser will cut a little oval into it. It's gonna be really nice, and then it's gonna be repeat on that side. Now this part, it has these solids, and we wanted to take those out, which has this heat shield. We'll bend this heat shield upwards. We'll take the bumper off, bend it up, so all you'll see is that really the exhaust. We'll shine all that up, probably do a titanium exhaust, custom made or something. So we'll bend that up or cut it out, whatever's needed, and there'll be just a hole. Now, since it's gonna be a hole, this would be really flappy without having this structure in there and cutting that out. So what we decided to do is take this piece. It has the full support here, but we're gonna be cutting it right there, just about estimate. So we're gonna cut along this inner line as OCD as possible, sand it down, repaint it black, and then we're gonna, for the main structure, keep a sliver, maybe about 3 millimeters thick. That's gonna go right against the diffuser, so it's gonna keep this supported. And I think that's gonna be the best route to do it. And that's just an idea. This is a practice bumper. We're gonna probably build it out of cardboard. Not today. This is kind of just kill time deal, but it is for the future, which is gonna happen before this vehicle's on the road. But good idea. What everybody would think different. I did a diffuser similar to that on the BMW. Here's a picture right there. And it worked out really nice, and let's just get one done for him. This is goodbye. All right, heading back Norman. Thanks for picking me up, baby. Well, as you see, we picked up the Honda from Oklahoma City, heading to Norman, heading home. Time to catch up on some rest. It is now 1:36 a.m., which is wild. I need to catch up with some rest. I got work tomorrow. It's been a good day, and I just want to say, dream on and keep dreaming bigger, and you'll achieve a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.